Alright, here we go. First hit should be coming in any time about now. I'm not too sure who's going to be kicking things off, but this is the second match in the best of two for the CWL Esports semi-finals. Brian Fan Club coming in against TD Perseverance. Let's see who is going to be able to dominate this one. Zane going to be kicking things off here for Brian Fan Club with a P.E.W. bow, very similar to that of the previous attack. Look at those double scatters sitting right next to each other. If this was in the previous meta before the update, this would have been screaming to use witches, because you could get so much value from those zaps, but obviously we need an extra zap for each scatter shot now, so it just isn't quite viable anymore. But Zane going to be coming in here with a P.E.K.K.A. Yeti Witch Bowler Smash. Starting off with that Grand Warden up here from that top section of the base, just using him to create that funnel, very similar to that attack we saw from him in the previous rounds. Let's see how much value he really can get from this Grand Warden. Should do enough here to create that funnel. Going to take down this air defense and then probably going to bring in the Yetis. Raging up the Grand Warden. Obviously looking to maybe snipe down this air defense. The multi-target Inferno. He does. He's going to step up onto the gold storage. Of course, he steps onto the gold storage before onto that multi-target Inferno. Is that King in range? No, the Warden is going to step up. He's going to take down that multi-target Inferno, which is pretty nice value. However, taking this much time is a little bit rough here. Brings in... Oh no, the Warden walks. The Warden... Oh, that Warden ability. And that is the trouble. That is the trouble with pushing that Warden so deep into a base. We see that Warden getting smacked hard by the King, and that auto ability goes. Those bowlers are toast in the middle of the base, and it's just up to the Yetis here on the back end. He drops that poison spell. Did they not have any clan castle troops? Surely they had clan castle troops, right? Did I miss them? Oh, the hounds. There's a hound over there on that right hand side. I was like, what did he poison there? But there's a hound over on the right hand side with a couple of witches chasing it. We bring in our RC from that top section of the base. We could do with our queen helping out, deal with that single target Inferno a little bit. That's exactly what she does. Zane continuing to push through on the back end of this attack. I think if that Warden ability hadn't gone off so quickly, we most certainly would be looking at a godly 3-star attack here. But it is going to come down to how much value we can get from our heroes at the back end of this attack. We've only got a Yeti and a P.E.K.K.A. The RC unfortunately is going to target the Lava Hound as well, which really is not particularly helpful for us. We've got a couple of archers doing some cleanup work at the top of the base. The Queen going to be making her way around on the left hand side. Do still have her ability in hand, but this is going to be a time issue. There most certainly is not going to be enough here to push through the back end of this base. A really nice effort though from Zane, but with that Warden just pushing that slight bit too far, it really costed him. Why the Queen was shooting on that wall then decided she's going to walk out? Where's this Queen going? Alright, Zane realizes the Queen's not going to do really anything here in the back end, so we have to drop that ability. She is going to get stalled up here on the clan castle. Of all the buildings she could have hit to get some more percentage, she chooses one probably with the most hit points here. But it's going to end up an 86% 2-star coming in from Zane on this first attack in the second of this best of two. Here we go. Russ is under attack in their first hit, and again coming in with those E-Dragons. Let's see if they're going to get any more value in this attack than they did in the previous one. The E-Drags do look like they should be able to push pretty quickly through this base. We've got one sweeper pointing kind of down to the Eagle Artillery, so the E-Drags shouldn't have too much of an issue pushing quickly on through the base. Drops down the double rage spell. I'm not sure if that rage spell on the right hand side really was worth it. We're not going to get particularly too much value there from it. Freezes up the town hall. We are going to see that Gigabomb do some damage onto those E-Drags that are lurking over it. Queen pushing quite nicely along that right hand side of the base. Unfortunately does get locked onto by that single target Inferno, so we're going to have to burn through her ability right there. There is the Stone Slammer popping in the middle of the base. Going to drop a rage spell, trying to push this E-Drag through. Get some nice chain value on the back end. Down goes an E-Drag at the bottom. Starting to fade out here. We still have a rage and a freeze in hand. RC still to come in as well. Raging everything up at the top of the base. Freezing up right there. But we do lose two E-Drags. And we still have the enemy RC to try and deal with. Catches the tornado trap just at the wrong time there, and this is going to be another defense coming in for the boys in Brian Fan Club. RC gonna get a shot up there, grabs a couple more structures, but it's a 79% 2-star coming in there from the number 4 from TD Perseverance. Okay, next attack coming in, we've got Hertha swinging in against the number 4, coming in with a dragon attack. So we saw Hertha coming in with a Lalo in the previous one, this time coming in with a dragon hit. Let's see if this one's going to go any better. Brings in an E-dragon here, which should be able to get a decent chunk of chain value through these structures on that left hand side. Brings in a blimp to grab into that town hall compartment. Makes his way all the way in there, does catch a significant amount of those bombs. Looks like he is playing a safe blimp, so those sneakies will come out on the back end, and they grab that town hall quite nicely for us there. E-Drag done a great job creating that funnel. Unfortunately, does get hit by all of those super minion shots. Is it going to be able to get a shot off deal with those super minions? No, unfortunately, it does go down right there. In comes the queen from that bottom section of the base, just trying to use that to create the funnel here. Need these dragons to really push into the base rather than sweeping around the right hand side, which is unfortunately what quite a few of them are doing. Double scatter shot here, going to cause some issues, so we are going to freeze up one of them on that right hand side, freezes up the other one right there, catching the tornado trap at the wrong time. Definitely some nice base building coming in from TD Perseverance right there. Scatter shot does remain up over here on that left hand side of the base. We get the Barbarians from that King's ability tanking that single target Inferno, which is absolutely what we needed here on the back end of this attack. We get the balloon sneaking on through into that rage spell, going to take down that single target Inferno, freezing up that air defense on the back end, dropping another rage spell. He does have an invisibility spell to try and help him through. He's still got his RC, which now comes in from that left hand side of the base. The enemy king is lurking in there on incredibly low health. Multi-target Inferno going to start to chip away. Drops down that invisibility spell on our RC, who still has her ability, as does our queen. And I think we're looking at a godly triple coming in here from Hertha. Very nicely done. He unfortunately didn't have quite enough on that first one, but he certainly does on this second. Really, really nice to see these dragons coming in. That RC will not struggle against the king. She should be able to take him down. Down he goes right there. Hertha swags that queen ability and brings in the first triple of this war, pushing them another star ahead of TD Perseverance. Beautiful hit coming in there from Hertha. Next hit coming in, the number 3 swinging in against Luke, coming in with a dragon hit. So similar to that we just saw coming in from Hertha, bringing in a couple of Kokoloons and that blimp from the left hand side, raging it up right there, dropping in a clone spell. So we're going to be bringing in an Electron blimp from the start of this attack. Doesn't get the value that they want from it. They don't grab the sweeper, scatter shot. They don't grab that scatter shot, but we do get a decent chunk of value on that left hand side. But remember, those clone spells are 3 housing space, so potentially would have been better to use one of those new super wizard blimps, but who am I to judge? Bringing in now the king from that top section of the base. The queen doesn't really have too much to deal with on this left hand side. Gonna step up there, deal with that cannon first, then move on to the air defense. But the funnel most certainly is created on this left hand side because of that blimp. Let's see if this king can do a nice job creating the funnel at the top section of the base. Unfortunately, it looks like we maybe started our dragons slightly too early here. We rage everything up through in the middle, drops down that rage spell to help propel us through the town hall. Down it goes right there. Scatter shot does go down as well. That was sitting quite comfortably next to that town hall. Queen still with her ability should be able to grab this air defense on the back end. King does get stalled up there on a wall on the right hand side, freezing up the double expo and the enemy queen in the middle of the base. Again, freezing up on this right hand side, trying to keep these dragons up for as long as possible. Dragon's going to clean out the Eagle Artillery on that left hand side. Looking pretty good here. We still have our RC ability to drop as well. Freeze spell in hand. And I think this is going to be a triple coming in for TD Perseverance. Brian Fan Club brings in a triple, and they bring one straight back at them. RC still with her ability in hand is going to be dropping that to clear the Tesla farm here on the back end. Down it goes. Going to get stalled up there on some skeletons for a split second, but that is a triple coming in right there with a beautiful dragon attack. Loved that use of the Electron blimp. It's in fact an Electron, is that what it's called? Yeah, an Electron blimp, right? Godly hit right there. Luke's base gets smashed. Okay, Luke going to be coming through on this next hit. Coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo attack. Interesting. Okay, so let's see where he's going to be bringing in this Queen Charge from. He's currently got that Stone Slammer selected. Brings in a Sneaky Gob followed by a Super Wall Breaker over here on that right hand side. Brings in another Super Wall Breaker to open up that compartment slightly more. He has one more super wall breaker to drop, brings in a Kokoloon, then the healers coming in behind. King doing a nice job already starting to create that funnel. But do we need to chuck something more in on this right hand side? Brings in a super wall breaker right there, which does open up that next compartment. Needs to get a rage spell down relatively soon. There it goes, in on that queen. Needs to keep an eye on that army camp lurking over here on the right hand side with nothing on it. Might cause some issues for timing on the back end of this attack for Luke. Queen though makes her way through right on into the scatter shot. That king is starting to scare me a little bit though. Worried he might pull those healers. Luckily we do get something targeting the queen right there. Double expo gonna set onto her, which means those healers will stick with the queen as the king does a little bit more cleanup down on this bottom section of the base, looking to try and grab that air defense with the king, which is exactly what he's going to be able to do there. Queen's going to get stalled up here on those pups, which nearly go down to that poison spell. Incredibly close on that. Unfortunately, it looks like we might lose a healer. Yeah, we are. We're unfortunately going to lose a healer right there because this queen is taking so damn long to take down these lava pups. Continuing to push on through is this queen in the middle of the base, obviously looking to try and go in and grab that second scatter shot that is chilling down there at the bottom. Really nice use of that invisibility spell just to bring her back up to full health to really try and propel her through the back end of this attack. Rage spell going to go in as well just to help her out ever so slightly. She's now going to get stuck on a wall, but the Lalo makes its way in from the top of the base, freezing up that single target Inferno just to help out a little bit here as the Lalo makes its way on through the town hall. Does just get activated there. Our Grand Warden unfortunately slightly far behind there, so we are going to let that Giga Bomb go off, but the majority of our balloons are still pathing their way on through. Stone Slammer still to pop as well. Queen is taking a bit of a beating. We could really do with this Grand Warden. If he could have got that ability off right there, he might have been able to keep that queen alive. He's still going to hold this ability, I would assume, until this Stone Slammer pops. And then he'll bring in that ability. Tome? Let's keep the RC alive? Why is he letting the RC die? Alright, he's definitely got this anyway, but maybe get a little bit cocky there, swagging that Tome. He definitely could have used it to help with the RC there. I wouldn't be ballsy enough to do that, but it's going to be a really nice triple coming in there from Luke. He brought one in that previous war. He brings one in right here. Decides to drop that Tome right there on the back end. 3-star on the board. The second of the war for Brian Fan Club. Hertha is getting hit by the number one from TD Perseverance. TDP coming in with a Zap Lalo attack. Zapping down everything in the middle of the base right there, grabbing both sweepers, and should be able to take down that multi-target Inferno as well, making sure that he gets maximum value from that Earthquake. Taking the time here now to bring in that Royal Champion from the bottom section of the base. We do have a Giant out in front, just doing ever so slightly a little bit of tanking. I would assume we're going to invis. Yep, we decide to invisibility up our RC right there. She should be able to push in here, grab that single target Inferno, drops the ability. Might need to drop another invis spell. We do need to drop another one there. That is going to allow her to take down that single target Inferno, progress on through, maybe even catch the Wizard Tower. Indeed, she does get some really nice value from those invisibility spells. Queen now going to be making her way in from this left hand side with the King in tandem. Ice Golem, of course, going to be going out in front here just to tank for the Queen and the King when he finally makes his way into this left hand compartment. Alright, love that animation on the new Expo. Those electric blue bullets firing on through look pretty damn cool. But in comes that King, still got his ability to use and the Queen ability. So let's see how far they are going to be able to push through this base. Enemy Queen, of course, would be great to get down. She can do some serious damage to those balloons on the back end. Going to drop that King ability, but it was slightly too late. So we are going to see that single target Inferno melt him down right there. The Barbarian's doing a little bit of chip damage onto the Queen, but our Queen right here should step up and should deal with her no problem at all. Drops that Queen ability. Maybe didn't need to drop it quite as quickly as that. Could have saved it for slightly later, but she's going to be able to take down that single regardless. Lalo now going to be coming on through from the top of the base. We do have an Ice Hound coming on through here out in front just to tank first. Second Hound is going to be a regular Lava Hound right there. Unfortunately, we see the Ice Hound getting caught by the Tornado Trap. Has to freeze up that Town Hall because the Ice Hound freeze effect does wear off. Continuing to push on through. He nearly forgot about his Tome. He brings in that Grand Warden, finally drops that tome, but it was far too late. We've already lost so many balloons in that area, and we still have this Stone Slammer, the Scatter Shot to deal with on the back end. Stone Slammer taking some serious damage right there. Is going to pop out of range of that. Oh, he misses! He misses the Scatter Shot with the freeze, but luckily those balloons had just made it within that radius. He can haste them through on the back end here, and I think we have enough to bring in this triple. Timing potentially might be an issue. 30 seconds to grab 16% of the base. That was quick maths. Be proud. Archer Tower here. If it could take down that balloon, it's going to save a little bit here. The balloon does go down, so this Archer Tower stays up. We've still got a couple of Clan Castle troops doing some tanking, and that is going to be a clutch defense coming in from Hertha. Not quite enough here on the back end. It was looking ever so good. The Sui got so much value, but the Lalu just could not push through that back end of the base, and it ends up an 86% 2-star for TDP. Alright, as predicted, Delinator coming in against the number 5 with, would you look at that, his favourite strategy. It is Super Witches. Starts off with that Grand Warden from the left hand side. We've got one balloon going out in front. We drop down the Earthquakes. We drop down those Zap spells. Deal with that single target Inferno in plenty of time. Grand Warden going to continue just being used to create that funnel. It looks like the left hand side has been cleared quite nicely here. Thought that Warden was about to walk away for a second, but in come those Super Witches, and that is going to pull him down to the bottom section of the base as they can start making their way in. We see a Lava Hound Headhunter combination going to be coming out of that Clan Castle, which shouldn't cause us too many issues. The Lava Hound will hold things up for a little bit, but the Poison Spell going to really help out there. Eagle Shots are going to rain down, but we've got the healers healing those Super Witches up already. Town Hall goes down before the Super Witches even get in that base. The big boys most certainly doing their job out in front. Needs to watch though, this Warden has decided he's going to get out in front and does get himself targeted by that Expo. Delinator only with a jump and a rage to try and push us through on the back end, and timing already seems to be a little bit of a factor here. We bring in our siege barracks from that left hand side of the base. The Hogs, I'm going to assume, going to come in tandem with that RC to clean along this left hand side of the base. Queen ability should be used relatively soon. Oh, just gets that Queen ability off in time. I thought that Scatter Shot was about to take her down before she got a chance to use it. Drops in that Rage spell right there. We've got the healers trying to bring these Super Witches back up. We do lose one of them to that single target Inferno, dropping that Eternal Tome ability right there. We've got a couple of Headhunters helping our Queen out on this, our RC out on this left-hand side, but we've still got double Scatter Shot left up here at the top of the base, and I don't think, unfortunately, for the first time in a while, Del is going to have enough here to push through the back end of this base. 1 minute left in the clock, and 30% still to grab is just a little bit too much, I think, for Del. He's only got his Super Witches left up. Will get a couple of big boys out in front. It will be able to push relatively high on percentage, but it's not going to be that triple that we're so used to seeing from Delinator. He does have one minion that can be dropped. He drops it on the Builder Hut right there, potentially to maybe push that Super Witch in, but he's only got one Super Witch left up here, and pushing opposite the double Scatter Shot certainly costed him in this attack. Still a really nice effort. He goes 1 for 2 in this best of 2. Down goes our Super Witch over on that right hand side. One big boy, the last troop remaining. He is going to go down right there to the Expo Cannon and Archer Tower combination. 81% 2-star, the final outcome of this attack. But Brian Fan Club do still hold on. Here we go straight in with this next attack. Delinator going to be getting hit, with a Dragon attack. Raging everything up right there. Brings in the Clone. Drops down that poison for the Clan Castle troops. Really liking this Electron strategy. But those archers are most certainly going to hold things up. The E-Dragon doesn't quite get the value we need. The Scatter Shot stays up. The enemy Queen stays up. And that was a little bit unfortunate there for IU. Maybe not getting as much as he was looking for. A couple of super minions going to probably get taken down here by that E-Dragon at the bottom of the base. Wow, really? That is not gone down yet? That super minion is just continuing to tear through these troops at the bottom of the base, having to drop in loon after loon, sacrificing so many of his main composition. His dragon that's meant to push through the center of this base, he's burning them on the outside, trying to create this funnel. Finally, he decides he's going to drop this king down on the right hand side. In come the dragons, in come those balloons, but the funnel's not been set enough here, not quick enough. And 3 dragons already making their way off to that right hand side. He has to freeze up the single and that town hall right there. We get a decent group of dragons and balloons going to push on through. They take that town hall, giving them that first star. Eternal Tome ability unfortunately doesn't catch the dragons that are chilling in the middle of the base. Look at that queen. The queen not going down has certainly costed them a couple of dragons here. And this attack is looking pretty rough for IU of TD Perseverance. Still got that RC to be brought in. She comes in from the top of the base. Queen ability still to be dropped as well. 2 free spells in hand. Where exactly are we going to use them? Drops the first of them down on the scatter shot. Why do I keep forgetting what they're called? Scatter shot at the top. Second goes down on the scatter shot on the left, but it stays up. And this is going to be a defense coming in from Delinator. The Queen ability is going to be the last hope here for IU of TD Perseverance. The Eagle Artillery still stays up, so we might get a couple more shots raining down onto the Queen there. She is going to have to shoot on a wall or loop her way around if she is going to push on through here. Eagle shots rain down. One shot that Queen, a little bit delayed on the Queen ability, means she does go down. And that is a 76% 2-star coming in right there. Another godly defense for the Boys in Brian fan club. Their defense most certainly has been holding very, very strongly today. There we go, right on cue. Russ coming in with a... what? Alright, this is a big Sui into a Lalo. He's got a Golem Yeti and his heroes. No way that blimp's making it into the town hall. Oh, he was nearly so late on those super wizards. Wait. The tornado trap was there, which held up these super wizards for so long. He needs to drop another invis spell. They're not getting that town hall. There's no way they're getting that town hall. He's ran out of invisibility spells. Damn, that did not get the value he was looking for. You see all these videos on Twitter and the super wizards just tear through the base, but we just didn't get the chain value he wanted. Maybe he wanted to push them further into this compartment. But it's a little bit of a rough start here for Russ. Bringing in that Golem does get targeted straight away by that single target. Inferno troops, heroes are going to have to loop around this base, but they are not going in towards that town hall right here. Queen makes her way around, has to freeze up. Brings in a super wall breaker to open up that compartment. King and the RC in tandem at the top doing a nice job. Queen will need to drop her ability right there. That should be enough to get her through that town hall. Yeah, down it goes right there. RC... has already used her ability at the top. Not a bad Sui right there. Maybe was looking to grab a little bit more. The blimp certainly didn't get the value Russ was looking for. But here we go. Lalo now going to be coming in from the top section of the base. Oh, unfortunately, his pathing does get a little bit screwed here by the Tesla popping up at the top. Already getting hit pretty hard by those Eagle Artillery shots. Bringing in a poison for that Royal Champion, who doesn't go down. We've got a poison spell on her, but she is not going down. There is that Eternal Tome ability. He crosses that 2-star mark, which is all he needed though to bring him the win. It really didn't matter the outcome of this attack as long as it was a 2-star, because that's what they needed for the win. Dropping down these spells on the back end like they are going out of fashion, but the RC and the enemy queen still up is certainly going to put a stopper on this attack. Looks like the headhunters that were on the Queen, on the RC, sorry, I think they actually got taken out by a ground expo, which was a little bit rough. He could finish it here on a 69 and that would be godly, but he's going to let that percentage just tick over a little bit more. TD Perseverance cannot catch up right now, and that is going to be a win for them on the board, and that is going to give them a spot in the final. Okay, here we go, the number 5 coming in against Zane with a dragon hit. Double E-drag in there, and then 8 regular drags, bringing in a couple of balloons there to deal with the mortar on the outside. Couple more loons coming in to test for any of those seeking air mines, then bringing in that blimp. We are going to be cloning and raging it up right there. Gets a decent chunk of value from that clone spell. Let's see how far they can push through the base. The RC doing some serious work there on that E-dragon, who is again not going to get that much value. We do get a decent chunk though on that left hand side. Double E-drag now going to be coming in. One on the left, one at 12 o'clock up there at the top of the base. Getting some decent chain value through some of these structures on that left-hand side. Couple of minions coming in as well just to clean things up. Look at the value from that E-Drag at the top, chaining all the way through. Alright, in come the dragons, in come those balloons. I would assume we're going to see a relatively early Eternal Tome ability. Rage Spell probably going to be dropped soonish as well. Freezing up that single target Inferno over there on the right hand side. In comes the King and the Queen as well, just to help try and create that funnel ever so slightly more. Rage Spell now going in for these troops as they make their way into the center of the base. Have they literally just walked around that town hall? Okay, we still have our RC to get brought in on the back end. She unfortunately is going to get held up here by those skeletons and is going to get taken down by the town hall, and that is going to be a 1-star. A really unfortunate way for them to finish off here, but it just solidifies Brian Fan Club's win even more. Of course, you pop that queen ability, you're going to hit a giant bomb no matter what, and this is going to be, it's actually not a bad attack. How those dragons walked around the town hall is beyond me. They literally just avoided it, and that is going to be a 1-star, the only 1-star we have seen in this war, and that's going to be finishing TD Perseverance off right there. Zane getting a godly defense. Very nicely done, and Brian Fan Club get the win overall. What's the total stars? Alright, let's jump out of this attack because this one is done, and they get the total stars 24 to 21 is the final outcome of these this war in the CWL semi-final. So congratulations to Brian Fan Club, they make it into the final. Godly hits all round.